evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Washburn Rural. Once again, we're up here in the press box above McElroy Field here in Topeka, Kansas. A beautiful evening for soccer. The sun is out for the moment. It has been cloudy on and off all day. It is supposed to rain later, but the rain should not arrive until well after we're done here. Glad to have you on board. The regional final, the winner of this game will go to the quarterfinal of state against a team to be yet determined. So this is a big game. The loser will go home, and if you did not see our game on Tuesday, I urge you to go back and watch it. It was a really well-played game by both teams, both Southeast and us. If you did see the game on Tuesday, you didn't see the winning goal. We apologize for that. But when we roll the opening credits tonight after the Austin Clifton pregame show, that goal will be in the opening credits, so you can watch it and you can still see the winning goal from Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout now, and then Austin Clifton will join us for the Austin Clifton McCurdy Real Estate and Auction pregame show. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction Varsity Pregame Show. Coach Austin Clifton reviews the last varsity game and takes a look at today's upcoming contest. Sponsored by McCurdy Real Estate and Auction. Real estate, but better. And now, let's join Coach Clifton with Kevin Arkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Topeka, Kansas. We're back here at Washburn Rural, this time for the regional final against the number 2 team in 6A, the Washburn Washburn Rural Junior Blues, joined, as always, on the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction pregame show by our head coach, Austin Clifton, and I know you've got a big task ahead of you today, but let's go back and pick up a couple of smiles from the ending on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was a really good game, I think. Good crowd, first off, shout out to the kids. We had a lot of athletes out there, good student section. Good parent support, as you can tell probably on the audio right now, my voice is pretty much gone. So it was a very intense match. I thought Southeast played really well. I thought our boys played really well. It was just a good game. We went down 1-0 early, going into halftime down 1-0, and the boys needed to respond, and they did. And got a goal about 18 minutes left. A good rebound by Carlos, crashed the goal, and the goalie spilled it, and then a nice dramatic one with about 6 seconds left by Martin. So it was a dramatic finish, and it was a lot of fun.
I don't ever remember, in all the years I've been doing this with you guys, I don't ever remember a game where we took our first lead of the game that late in the game. With 6 seconds to go, that was our first lead of the game and our only lead of the game.
Yeah, we struggled. We had a few pretty good chances in the first half, first 20, 25 minutes. I thought we came out really well. And we played good the whole game. It's just we didn't take advantage of our chances, and we didn't finish. Their goalkeeper had a good game, I thought. And like I said, they played well too. So kind of got caught ball watching on a free kick, and the guy slipped in behind and finished, and kind of woke us up a little bit after that. So, they played well. We We didn't get a good early lead like we wanted, but the grit and the fight from the boys to not give up and not let our season end was fun to watch.
And, when they came out, we didn't score early, but we had plenty of chances early. We had Frierson with 6 saves like 8 minutes into the game. We were down there peppering the net and dominating play in most of the first half.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the film and the stats show that as well. And they had a fair share of chances, but I think for the most part, we definitely dominated in that category. But it's the ones you finish that count, and we didn't do that for a while. It took us till 20 minutes left in the game, so it was frustrating at times, but we always had faith, and I think the kids did too, and they showed that with their performance. So dramatic, but we'll take it.
Absolutely, and it got us a trip here to Topeka today to take on Washburn Rural, and obviously we're recording this today ahead of time, and the weather forecast is a possibility of rain, and wouldn't be the first time we've been rained on at Washburn Rural.
No, it wouldn't. I remember, I think it was last year, the game we tied them for the girls, it was pouring for a long portion of it, and that's just how the weather usually is this time of year. So we can't let the weather affect us, but we should be comfortable going into that game. We know they're a good team. They're a great program. They're state runner-up, state Final Four every year. So we should be comfortable. We know who they are. We played them early in the season at their place, so it's nothing new. But the bad thing with that now is we played a really good game that last time, and so we're not going to sneak up on them. They know we're good, and they know we can play, so it should be a battle. It's always a little bit different in the postseason as well, and it seems like we seem to always play them, but at the same time, these are the teams that you have to get through if you want to make it to the end. So excited to play them. It should be a great game.
And we know this team is beatable. They have lost 3 games this year, so they're not undefeated. And we came within a whisker of doing something really big last time we were up here. And there's no reason we've got the horses to get the job done, no question about that.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just having that same mindset that we had last time, not thinking it's just going to happen and, we competed and we almost beat them last time. It's going to happen again, because it's not. You got to prove it. You got to play hard, and we'll have a good game plan going into it. We had a good recovery practice session the other day, and getting the guys ready. It's going to be a long trip, 2-hour trip on the bus. We'll hopefully get there early and get our legs underneath us and be ready to go. But, it's going to be a tough test, but if you're playing this late in the season, none of them are going to be easy.
That's right. They're all going to be tough. I want to, before we sign off here, quick injury report. Anybody get hurt on Tuesday?
No, still fully healthy and looking good in that regard. So,
okay. Well, before we sign off, this is going to be in all likelihood, our final pregame visit this is a state-controlled tournament. They have a contract with the network for the next round and the state. So we're going to wrap it up here one way or another here at Washburn Rural today, and I just wanted to thank you for taking the time for all the visits all through the season. They've been a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, they're always fun, and you guys do a great job and getting the kids out there on the internet, and I know we have a lot of people that watch, so thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the kids, and hopefully we make it through, and it's not that we lose and this is the last time, but hopefully it's just the last time because of the Keisha rules. So excited, and tune in and watch. Should be a great game. I'm sure not a lot of people will be able to make it, but if you can, come. It's about a 2-hour trip, and hopefully we can get the job done.
All righty, best of luck to you today against Washburn Rural, and we'll look forward to a visit with you in March.
Sounds good. Excited for the girls' season.
Okay, head coach Austin Clifton on our pregame visit, sponsored always by McCurdy Real Estate and Auction. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the play-by-play of our regional final against the Washburn Rural Junior Blues after this 2-minute timeout. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Whole marketing campaign of this property and sold right to
Shall I book it? Yeah. Yes.
When I was a child, we'd go to the original Credit Union of America on Ellis Street, and they'd always give me a red lollipop.
My car needed repairs, and my mechanic delivered the news that it was going to cost quite a bit more than I had planned for.
I love my job as a teacher, but it can be tough. Recently, I received a box filled with classroom supplies from Credit Union of America.
It all started with the lollipop.
It all started with a box of school supplies.
It started with a personal loan, but today,
Credit Union of America
is so much more to me.
Where will you start? Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
Go, go, go!
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Guin, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now with our new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Shoemaker families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product and promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Elfin, and good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Topeka, Kansas, and to Washburn Rural High School, home of the Junior Blues. The Junior Blues hosting this regional final contest featuring Washburn and your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. Glad to have you on board, joined by our executive producer, Aiden Folds, and April Isbell will be along here as well to bring you all the sights and sounds of this regional final contest. And it's a game we've been looking forward to for some time. You may recall that we were here about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, and lost in double overtime. With a minute to go in double overtime, a heartbreaking loss for the Grizzlies. So a very difficult day. And we're hoping to get a little payback here today. Grizzlies coming off, obviously, a win Tuesday against Southeast at home in what will, in all likelihood, be the final home game of the season for Northwest. They'll have to do this on the road the rest of the way. Winner here will, in all likelihood, go to Dodge City and play Dodge. Dodge is the number 1 seed overall in 6A West. So a trip to Dodge City awaits one of these teams after tonight. I want to take a moment here while we have a moment to send a special thank you out to our students who have been producing games all year, and especially to Aiden Folds, who has been behind all the equipment virtually nonstop throughout the season, as well as April Isbell, who's done a great job both during and after broadcasts and helping get everything broken down and put away, which has been a big help to me, and I appreciate all of her efforts as well. And I don't want to short-sight Gabby Moda and Lola Rada, who tag teamed to help up here when needed, and we appreciate their efforts as well. And then, of course, last but not least, a special thank you to Susanna Onaveros, who did a great job this year with the play-by-play of the JV contests, as well as providing some insight into name pronunciation here in the varsity contests. Weather in Topeka, not bad today. It's in the 50s, probably close to 53 or 54 degrees. It is overcast. Rain is in the forecast. We're not going to get wet during this contest. I know there's also a forecast for rain back home in Wichita, and I didn't look, but it's very possible that it's raining there. Now, they did say rain around 6 o'clock, so that's the way it goes. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this. Stay with us. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're getting set for the introduction of the starting lineups here by the PA announcer.
Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for Wichita Northwest. Starting in goal, a sophomore, number 1, Evan Locke. A senior, number 3, Trenton McMeekin. A senior, number 4, Tyler Smalley. A sophomore, number 5, Elijah Benning. A junior, number 6, Calvin Bell. A senior, number 9, Braden Suter. A senior, number 10, Martin Soto Tavar. A freshman, number 15, Jesus Ortiz. A junior, number 16, Christian Urbano. A junior, number 20, Pierce Schneider. And a senior, number 21, Anthony Solis. The Grizzlies are coached by assistant Art Shook with head coach Austin Clifton. For your Washburn Rural Junior Blues. Starting in goal, a junior, number 00, Ethan Ulrich. A junior, number 1, Bennett Howlauer. A senior, number 3, Caden Lee. A senior, number 6, Jackson Padilla. A sophomore, number 7, Ryder Nickel. A senior captain, number 8, Rishi Sandir. A junior, number 9, Griffin Heinen. A junior, number 10, Devin Rutschman. A senior captain, number 13, Easton Bradstreet. A freshman, number 15, Brandon Hamilton. And a freshman, number 19, Dylan Willingham. The Junior Blues are coached by assistants Brian Bell and Dave Chitrin with head coach Brian Hensel. The color guard tonight will be commanded by Cadet Master Sergeant Nick Fuel. Members of the color guard are Cadet First Lieutenant Brady Schneider, Cadet Airman Kelsey Schneider, Cadet Airman Destiny Bratcher, Cadet Airman Enrique Romero, and Cadet Airman Landon Minton. At this time, if able, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Washburn Rural, getting set for the opening kickoff. Grizzlies are in their road whites with blue shorts, blue numerals, blue trim, and will be playing from right to left here in the first half. And the junior blues in their solid blue home uniforms with white numerals and white trim will play from left to right. Grizzlies will also kick off. Elijah Benning, is standing over the ball, ready to go. In goal is Evan Locke. And the lineup again, Matt Meekins, Smalley, Benning, Bell, Sauter, Soto Tovar, Ortiz, Urbano, Schneider, and Solis. Referees are wearing their bright orange jerseys today. Batteries not included. And we're ready to go here. We want to say hi to everyone back home in Wichita. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. There's Smalley taking the opening kickoff and sending it into the penalty area of Rural, and it's headed to the near side and then headed back forward. Braden Sauter giving chase defensively, commits a charging foul. It'll be a free kick here for the Junior Blues. Taking the kick will be Caden Lee, number 3. You'll hear his number a lot tonight. He was a terror for us, or for them against us last time out. And we're going to start out right away with a Junior Blues corner kick on the far side of the field. Wind, not much to speak of. Was coming out of the north at about 15 miles an hour when we got here. It has died down considerably. And Evan Locke intercepts that. Now the ball goes out of play. It'll be another corner kick as Evan Locke pushed it over the goal line trying to corral it. So we'll do it all over again from the far side of the field. In the air it goes in front. Evan Locke corrals it this time, and he'll have a goalkeeper distribution, and we're underway here at Washburn Rural, and we welcome you aboard. Glad to be back in Topeka. We want to thank our host, Charlie Nims, the assistant principal / athletic director here at Washburn Rural, for his hospitality. This one goes over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Washburn Rural. That'll be taken by Ethan Ulrich, the junior goalkeeper for the Junior Blues, who was the winning goalkeeper the first time we were here this year in double overtime. And that really was a good game, even though the Grizzlies came up short. That game launched them confidence-wise and learning-wise and chemistry-wise to an 8-game winning streak, which began with the next game. On the far side, back to Schneider at center. He can't get anything on it. And Evan Locke will have a goalkeeper distribution. Comes all the way out here to center and retrieved there again by Hallauer. He's another one who gave us fits last time we were here. Soto with it. Soto up the near side. Give and go from Ortiz back to Soto. He can't do anything with it. It's going to be the Junior Blues coming back. Sauter will send it back to Smalley, who sends it up in the neighborhood of Calvin Bell, who's in the center circle. He'll send it across to Matt Meekin, who's over there all by himself. Matt Meekin up to Urbano. Now it comes back to Tyler Smalley. Smalley sends one up, and Schneider heads it forward. Grizzlies still with it. Matt Meekin back to Smalley. And Smalley another one. This time into center, and it's intercepted there by Ryder Nickel. And that one is going to go over the goal line, and it will be a corner kick for Northwest. And no doubt that'll be Urbano over there taking it. And it is not. It is Christian Urbano. We'll tell you a little bit about our press box facilities up here again, just to remind you about some compromises we have to make here with our view. There's a shot, and it goes wide. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We are grateful to Kathy Morris of 1881 Liquors in Council Grove for her support of Grizzly Soccer on the web.
Like this. We're waiting the goal kick. Well, I was going to talk about the facilities up here. First of all, they have beautiful press box facilities up here at Washburn Rural. It is a shared press box. Their football field, their varsity is directly behind us. And we have, last time we were here, there were football games going on behind us while the soccer game was going on in front of us. So very versatile complex they have here at McElroy Field. And that one looks like it went out of bounds. The problem is they did not design the windows for television. The windows do not open up or down or in or out or swivel on a jalousie. They actually are push-out windows. And if we push the window out, the camera can't see through them. So we have no choice, because we can't get the window to open far enough to clear the camera. We have to shoot through the glass. So if the window's a little dirty, and they are a little dirty, that's going to compromise your picture somewhat, and there's nothing you can do about it, folks. The other problem we have is that because the window frames are too small, there's a chance for Soto, and it goes over the goal line. That'll be another goal kick for Washburn. And the Grizzlies making some noise here in the first 5.5 minutes. Corner kicks to each end on our side may or may not be visible. I'm not sure which anymore. And the sideline in front of us is screened by the bleachers for the home side, which are between us and the field. And between us and the bleachers is the concession building below and a sidewalk that's about 20 feet wide. So we're pretty far away from the field, and we're not high enough to capture a view over all of the fans who are here. And a number of Northwest fans have made the trip, as you no doubt heard during the player introductions. Matt Meekin can't control it. Here comes the Junior Blues back on the far side now. Trying to bring it to center for a shot, and Smalley will clear it out to center, and a good job by Tyler to get it out of trouble. And Smalley again puts one up. This one went into low space orbit before it came down. And a punt by Ulrich out to center. Taken by Matt Meekin. He heads it out of play. And it will be a throw in for Washburn Rural. Here's an opportunity and a tackle. And Sauter made the tackle, and the shot ended up being very weak and an easy save by Evan Locke. And with 32:40 to go in the first half, he will punt it. Out to center it comes. Up the near side. Pierce Schneider trying to get to it. Grizzlies in white. Washburn Rural in blue. And Grizzlies playing right to left here in the first half. No score, 8 minutes gone. We're kind of expecting a low-scoring defensive battle, kind of like what it was last time we were here. Even though it was 4-3, most of the goals were scored late. This one's going to roll over the goal line, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Portions of this game are brought to you by the family of Jeff Beard. We thank you for your continued support of Grizzly Soccer.
Waiting goal kick from Evan Locke to restart play. And he sends a one-out pass center. And too far, it ends up getting headed there by Ryder Nickel of Washburn Rural. Benning splits two defenders. They both go down. Play continues. Ortiz couldn't control the ball, and now that'll be sent forward by the Blues. And Tyler Smalley over there defensively. Now the centering pass. And this one all the way out to center. Ortiz got a foot on it. Goes out of play. No, it stayed in, excuse me, and they called a foul is what they did. And a free kick coming here for Washburn Rural. Down the far side. In the air it goes. Trouble, but Evan Locke is there, and oh, that was so close. Easton Bradstreet went up for the header, and he came up just a little bit short. Locke sends it out too far. Nothing there but blue shirts. And bringing it up is Hollauer. What a tackle by Tony Solis. And a great pass to boot to Schneider. And Pierce tried to leave one for Benning, and they didn't communicate that very well. And it comes back to the Junior Blues, but now Northwest gets it back. And Pierce Schneider is pushed down. That'll be a foul. And it will be a free kick for Northwest, about 10 yards outside the penalty area. It'll be Tyler Smalley taking this free kick, and he has asked for the line to be moved, so they will oblige him with that. It will take a restart whistle now before play resumes. And that one hits the wall. Rebound shot is very weak. And it's going to be Matt Meekin giving chase and sending it into his own bench. It'll be a throw in here for the Junior Blues. And it comes in up the far side to Rutschman. Another one goes out. It will stay with Washburn. Throw comes into Rutschman again. Being guarded there by Urbano and cleared out to center. Washburn controls it, sends it right back in. And crowd wants a handball. There's a trip. They're going to get that instead. It'll be a free kick for Washburn Rural. It is outside the penalty area. They don't waste any time. There's a shot, a banana ball that Evan Locke is all over. And he'll have a goalkeeper distribution and a really great reaction and save by the Northwest goalkeeper, Evan Locke. 27:30 remaining, first half, no score. Grizzlies don't have a shot on goal yet, which is a little concerning. Smalley to Matt Meekin, far side. Trenton brings it up. Tried to get that one to Benning, and that didn't work. Soto with it. Still has it. Nice job by Martin. Puts that into the middle. Oh, and Benning overran it. Here comes Washburn back, and a bad pass by Rural. Intercepted by Bell, sent to Matt Meekin. He'll send it forward. Bell again to Schneider. Schneider back to Bell in the center circle. Over here to Solis on the near side. Tony Solis, lots of room. Back to Braden Sauter. Sauter sends it forward. Out of play it goes. It's a throw in for Northwest. Soto to Solis. To Bell. And to Matt Meekin. To Benning. Urbano sends it back to Benning. Now Urbano with shot, or is that Ortiz? That may have been Ortiz. And actually it was. Jesus, a nice shot. And a nice save there by Ethan Ulrich, the junior goalkeeper for Washburn Rural. Now they're calling a handball on Calvin Bell. It'll be a free kick for Washburn, and they don't waste any time. Actually, they wasted too much time because they're bringing it back. Caden Lee standing over the ball at midfield for Washburn Rural. Washburn about to sub in a couple. This is a long one right to Evan Locke. Easy play for the Grizzly goalkeeper, and he'll have a distribution. He will throw it this time to Pierce Schneider. And Pierce goes down hard. Pops right back up. Rural has the ball, however, and now Braden chips it into the sellout crowd. It'll be a throw-in for the Junior Blues, and they will sub a couple players in. Liam Morrison comes in along with Drayden Chun-Cherowin for the Junior Blues. Grizzlies have not made a substitution. They still have their original starting lineup in the game. Throw in comes in, and the penalty area popped up by Smalley and finally cleared out in the direction of Jesus Ortiz. And Ortiz leaves one for Soto. Soto, can he win the foot race? He centers one. Beautiful centering pass. And now a foul called on Northwest, and it will be a free kick for the Blues. That was unfortunate. Now another foul is called. What are we calling here? They're calling another foul on Northwest. In the air it goes, headed out by Northwest, and now Schneider sends one into the Grizzly bench. It'll be a throw-in over there for the Junior Blues. On the far side is Tyler Smalley, the senior captain. We will definitely miss him next year. We're going to miss all our seniors next year. Smalley just blasted one. And coming up to get it is Mac Meekin. Bell sends it to Smalley over to Sauter, and Sauter will send it to Solis. Solis will send it up to Soto. Soto gets a round one man, but can't keep it in. Goes out of play for a Washburn Rural throw-in. This will be our last visit to Washburn Rural this year, as the girls' version of this rivalry will play their game in Wichita in April. And we'll look forward to welcoming our friends from Washburn Rural to our building, which, if you have been by Northwest in the last week, you may have noticed a lot of work being done on our field right now. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give them a plug, even though I haven't talked to them about it. Turf Solutions out of McPherson, Kansas, is working on our field. They also do the fields, I believe, at Hutchinson JUCO, and they do a great job. This one's going to roll out of play. No, it stayed in. And with this time, they're going to say is it a foul or a throw-in? I didn't see a foul. No, it's a throw-in, so at least we'll throw it in. Braden sends it up. Headed right back. Now Solis will pop it up in the air, and so will Bell, and now they're calling a pushing foul. My kudos and utmost respect for the center referee, who's actually using signals to communicate what the foul is, and that is a lost start. And that is something I wish they would bring back. That is something that Acacia elected not to do 10 years ago. They did. In fact, they made that decision while I was still reffing, and I signaled everything anyway. It would be nice to know what the referees are thinking, instead of just a whistle and there's a foul of some kind, which is, in most cases, that's what we have now. There's another push, and it'll be a free kick for the Junior Blues. We are halfway through the first half. This one goes all the way back to Evan Locke. Score. I thought Evan Locke was going to get it. He did not. Liam Morrison gets the goal for Washburn Rural. Can I have a pen? Thank you. And the Grizzlies are in a hole. A familiar spot to be in here at this place. We don't have the assist on the goal. We'll just forget about it. And the Grizzlies trail 1-0. Very unfortunate. Grizzlies have played well in this first half, and now here comes Washburn Rural, and they do have a tendency to score in bunches. Chun Sherwin sends one across, and a great save by Evan Locke. It'll be a corner kick in the near corner for the Junior Blues. In the air and kicked out of trouble. Now there's a long one. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you by the Bob Profit family. We thank them for their continued support of Grizzly Soccer.
And we want to take a moment also to thank all of the many sponsors who make these webcasts possible game after game, and you hear from them during the games, and we cannot thank all of them nearly enough. And I want to especially thank the good folks at Mel Hambleton Ford, Aerotech Engineering, and Emerson Biggins and Hurricane Sports Grill. All of the many families who have helped us and contributed in as sponsors in the golf tournament. The golf tournament will be played next year at Rolling Hills on June 19th. It's already on the books, and you can already go in and sign up for it. Go to nwgrizzliesgolf.com and click on the registration button and put your name in for next year's golf tournament. You can also sponsor the webcast through that same venue because all of the sponsors are sponsors. They're all sponsors of the golf tournament as well, as that is the only fundraiser used by Northwest. That one gets kicked into the stands by Braden Sauter. It'll be a throw in for Washburn. 17:30 to go, first half. Grizzlies trail 1-0. This one popped in the air, and is it going to stay in? No, it does stay in. And a good job by the Grizzlies to control it. Now, Smalley sends this one long for Ortiz. Urbano sends it back to Smalley. Smalley will have some room. He may work it up. Instead, he will bring it over here on the near side for Tony Solis, the senior midfielder or defender. We're going to miss him next year. Out of play it goes. Throw in for Northwest, and Solis will take it. And we have subs coming in for both teams. A.J. Joint comes in for Northwest. Replacing Ortiz. Soto pops one in the air. And good job by Sauter to get it forward. Now it'll be up to the Grizzlies' back line here to stop Washburn Rural as they control the ball. There's a chance. Nobody there. Centering pass. And again, Liam Morrison had a shot. He had the open shot at the end, made it and missed it wide. It was intercepted and cleared out by Northwest. Benning leaves it for Solis. Solis to Soto. Soto to Carlos Gonzalez Huerta, number 18. He also came in on that last sub. I quite honestly didn't see him, but I see him now. Great tackle that time by Solis, but the Grizzlies can't control. There's they call the foul on Solis for tripping. It will be a free kick for the Junior Blues. And of course, every free kick is dangerous. This one's pretty far out, but it's not too far out to be a problem. That one goes in deep and is rejected, and a nice job that time by Matt Meekin. It goes over the goal line. It will be a corner kick on the near side for Washburn. And coming over to take the free kick is Bennett Hallauer, or Hallauer. I'm not sure which way to pronounce that. So if you're a member of the family, I apologize because I already know now I've missed it at least once. Hallauer will keep it on the ground. It's chipped around loose and still bouncing around in front. Carlos couldn't clear it. Bell can't clear it. Here's a chance, and finally, Solis sends it out to center. Beg your pardon? Throw in comes in from, now they've called a foul of some kind. I didn't see the foul, and I didn't see the signal. In the air it goes. This is dangerous. Header loose in front, and it's cleared out by the Grizzlies. And here comes Soto streaking up the near side. Has one man to beat. And he tries to tackle it. And it's going to go back to Ethan Ulrich, their goalkeeper, and he'll have a goalkeeper distribution. 13 minutes remaining, first half. 1-0, Grizzlies trail. Carlos with it, sends it wide, too far for A.J. Joint. Fighting for it in front of the Grizzlies bench and coming away with it is Carlos, and he sends it, unfortunately, into the opponent's bench. Good crowd on hand here at McElroy Field on a beautiful night for soccer. Virtually, I say no wind. I don't see any flags moving anywhere. Although I say that now, and the corner flags are moving. The wind is blowing out of the southeast, so it's blowing a little bit left to right. Dylan Willingham comes in for Washburn. Goal kick being taken now by Evan Locke. Ortiz with it. Nope, couldn't keep it. He got it back to him, but he couldn't control it. Now he's got it again on his foot. And he can't control it. It goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest, however. Carlos with it. Sends a long one forward. Rejected, out of play. Throw in for Northwest. That one is shot wide, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Candice Bribieska and her family are proud to support Grizzly Soccer on YouTube. Go Grizzlies!
Evan Locke about to take the goal kick here. We are awaiting a substitution, I believe, from, I think we're awaiting a sub for Washburn. I'm not sure about that. In any case, we're back at it here. Matt Meekin has it on the far side, well guarded. Gets around that man and sends one forward for Carlos. And now Benning has his pass intercepted, and here comes Calvin Bell sending it up in the direction of Martin Soto. Evan Locke will take this ball that was chested back to him, and if you're interested in the rule, the goalkeeper may pick up the ball if it's passed back to him by his own teammate with anything other than his foot. And that was a chest pass, so here's a chance. There's a shot and a score. Evan Locke got a piece of it. And it's 2-0. Devin Rutschman scores the second goal of the game for Washburn, and the Grizzlies in a 2-0 hole here. Not too difficult or not impossible to come back from. But they certainly cannot afford to give up another, and we have had no offense in the last 10 minutes to speak of. I know you got to finish your chances. We haven't had the chances. We've not been able to create chances. Now here comes Washburn again. We kind of caught them asleep when we came up here before, and we almost beat them. There was no way we were going to catch them asleep today. Washburn came into this game 14-3 on the season. Grizzlies 11-5-1 on the season. And Washington Rural, the number 2 seed in 6A West. Grizzlies were seeded 6th. And as I mentioned, the winner of this game will, in all likelihood, play at Dodge City on next Tuesday. This will be a goal kick taken by Tyler Smalley. We'll just keep it here for a moment. Two 2-0 Grizzlies trail. 7.5 remaining, first half. This one goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. In it comes, trying to get it before it rolls out of play, and then they're unsuccessful. It'll be a goal kick for Washburn Rural. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Soccer on the Northwest YouTube channel is brought to you by Capital Portfolio Management of Overland Park, Kansas, with over 60 collective years of experience in the financial services industry.
And we're back. The goal kick just in the air. Comes all the way back for Smalley to distribute. He sends one forward. Ortiz fighting for it. Gets a foot on it. Grizzlies still fighting for it. Now Ortiz has it. Jesus to center for Benning. Benning for Bell. Bell a long one. That's going to go wide to the right. Let's go ahead and take another one. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is brought to you by Central Wine and Spirits, 10,030 West Central. All your wine and liquor needs with friendly, old-school customer service.
Back at Washburn Rural. Goal kick being taken there by Ethan Ulrich. Out to center it comes. Headed away by Smalley. Smalley gets it back again now on the far side and sends a long one down the sideline. Nobody there. It's going to roll out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the Junior Blues. 5:40 to go, first half. Grizzlies down 2-0. Be nice if the Grizzlies could somehow get a goal here before halftime to not only get the Schneider off the board, but to change the momentum. Because right now the momentum is all with the blue shirts. There's a shot saved by Evan Locke, excuse me. Oh, no, he didn't touch it. They're calling that a goal kick. And the Grizzlies will sub a player in here, and coming in for Northwest. Gosh, that is so far away. Urbano comes back in for Northwest. Even with binoculars, they're in another time zone over there. It is hard to see. Urbano comes in. Hopefully we'll give the Grizzlies a little spark here. And that's going to be a foul charged against Braden Sauter, and he's getting carded for it. Yep. Clock will stop as the card is given. Braden Sauter will come out. That is the second game in a row in which he's gotten a yellow card. He'll be replaced by Landon Vestring. Referee going over to explain to the coaching staff the nature of the card. I think we already know that was a pretty big trip. .4:23 to go here in the first half. There's a free kick coming for Washburn after the foul. Good. Awaiting the whistle to restart play. Moving the wall back. I'm impressed with the game management so far. There's a shot that's going over everything. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We thank Northwest Soccer alum Chris Kruger for his ongoing support of the Grizzly Soccer program on YouTube.
Ready for the goal kick from Evan Locke. And instead it will be Smalley taking the goal kick. And he decided he didn't like that ball. So now they place it. Evan Locke checked the ball as well. And Smalley will take the kick finally. And here we go. In the air it goes out to center. Headed. Oh, nice header that time by Schneider. Comes back to Benning. Urbano on the far side. Give and go for Benning. Benning has it. Up the near side, or far side, excuse me. It goes out of play, unfortunately, and it will be a throw-in for the Junior Blues. They throw it in quickly, and a great tackle on the ball. That time by this is trouble, folks. And we have an offside call, so it'll be a free kick for Northwest, and that's a break for the Grizzlies because that had trouble written all over it. Smalley launches a beauty into the penalty area of his opponent. There's a shot off the side of the net. It'll be a goal kick for Washburn Rural. We'll take a timeout. Back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
The family of John and Mabry Kramer are long-term supporters of Grizzly Soccer. We thank them for their continued support of the program.
Back at McElroy Field, Topeka, Kansas, at Washburn Rural High School. Landon Vestring over there on our side playing defense. Replacing Braden Sauter, who was sitting with a yellow card at the moment. Throw in for Northwest now, coming from the far side of the field. Bringing it up the far side. And the Grizzlies do not get the throw in like they thought they would. Here comes the Junior Blues tossing it into the penalty area. Header right to Evan Locke, and Evan makes the save. It'll be a free kick, or rather a distribution for Northwest. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Put the three up. Out to center. Northwest can't control it. Blues come back with it. Benning takes it away. Nice tackle by Elijah Benning, and I'll talk about that here at halftime. Explain to you why I keep doing that. Out of play, throw in for the Blues. And here's a chance for Washburn, and a great centering pass after he gave up on the ball. Easton Bradstreet came back, goes out of play. Now the horn sounds, and we are at halftime here at Washburn Rural. Your halftime score, the Junior Blues 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. We'll be back in 3 minutes with our halftime extravaganza, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Soccer.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason. More than $400,000 in community partnerships. Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mount Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big corner of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mount Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person. Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mount Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
I wrote it down. 9:05 left. Yeah. We welcome you back to McElroy Field at Washburn Rural High School. We are at halftime, and the Grizzlies trail 2-0 at halftime to the Junior Blues. Goals by the Blues. Liam Morrison scored, 19:53 remaining in the first half for goal number one, and then a Devin Rutschman scored a pretty nice goal, actually, 9:05 remaining for the second goal. And we're our rules expert. He is offside. So not that it matters, because it doesn't, but our rules expert, April Isbell, has indicated that Rutschman was offside when he scored the goal, when he received the ball to score the goal. So the goal still counts, obviously. They're not going to take it away from him, nor will we say anything more about it. It was a close play, at least. Let me talk to you a little bit, folks, about a couple of things. First of all, what's coming up on the Northwest YouTube channel tomorrow night. We're at home at Northwest Stadium for football playoff action. The first round playoffs will feature Northwest and Southeast, Northwest being the host school in that contest. Winner goes home, or winner goes on, loser goes home. And in order for Northwest to get to the state championship game, they're going to need to win tomorrow night. Their most likely opponent next week would be Junction City. And then their most likely opponent the following week will be Manhattan. So that would mean a return trip to Manhattan. And that game, if we get that far, we will not be doing the live stream on it. We will pick up the feed from Manhattan High School. Their crew did a great job last weekend when we were there doing the game. And the only reason we're doing it that way is that there's no room for us. It will be a media circus again. There was so much media up there, and they have a very small press box in Manhattan, and there just wasn't room for everybody. As it was, Steve Strain and I, we were cramped into a corner of the big room. We had 7 other people in there with us, including the Manhattan radio station, KMAN, who was broadcasting the game live as well. We appreciate Mike Marsh, the athletic director at Manhattan, and I want to thank him again for all his hospitality to us last weekend and helping us get a radio broadcast out of there, if not the webcast. So that's what's coming up on the football side. Win or lose tonight, this is in all likelihood our final webcast of the boys' soccer season. And I say that, and I'm going to put them on the spot and ask them while I'm on the air. I'm going to ask Aiden the question. Would you be willing to run a camera at the soccer banquet and broadcast the soccer banquet? Yeah, the post-game party. Okay. This message is intended for the parents of Javier Rico Lopez, who's our exchange student from Madrid, Spain. We're going to go ahead, because he will be there, we're going to go ahead and make an attempt to do something we've never done before, and that is to broadcast the soccer banquet, awards banquet, as it occurs. And it'll be easy duty, because all you do is aim the camera, and we'll have to find a way to get a microphone up there to pick up the sound, and then you just let it run. You'll let her rip, as they say. So once we start the program, because it moves right along. So we don't know the date of that event yet, but we will have it posted for you on the Northwest YouTube channel as to when that event will be. And we invite you to tune in to the postseason soccer, unless you're a parent, in which case we want you there. And, of course, yes, let's run a whole, what's the name of it, a role to play. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. We owe you one more spot from another commercial announcement from the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Let's hear from them right now. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Where's my phone? Getting set for the second half kickoff. It will be Washburn Rural kicking off. Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the second half. They will have what little wind is left at their back here in the second half, and there's not much wind. The flags are hardly moving. Washburn Rural in their home blue uniforms, Grizzlies in their road whites, and a quick foul is called, and it will be a free kick here for the Junior Blues. 2-0. Junior Blues lead. Winner goes to Dodge on Tuesday. And there's one over everything, and that'll be a goal kick. Let's take a 10-second timeout. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Soccer on the Internet is brought to you by Credit Union of America, a full-service financial institution with offices conveniently located throughout Wichita, including their new branch at Central and Woodlawn.
No step but you. We're back, and we're awaiting the goal kick from Evan Locke, and a nice kick it is. Unfortunately, the Junior Blues get it back. Grizzlies need to come out fired up here at the start of this half. They need to come out fired out and get a goal quickly here would be great. Benning gets it, goes out of play. Yes, it does. That should be our ball, but they're going, no, it isn't either. I'm wrong. It is Washburn Rural's throw in, and it's intercepted. Pierce Schneider has it at midfield. Nice job by Pierce Schneider. And he tried to get it back to Benning. That didn't work. And instead it'll be Bradstreet with it. He sends it wide. And that one is kicked. This one is going to go out of play, and that will belong to Northwest. Are we getting any window glare?
Not really.
Good. All right. So I was going to try and figure out a way to turn these lights off. Okay, we have a throw in for Northwest now. Again, Mac Meekin will throw it in, and he'll send it down the line in the direction of Ortiz. It goes too far, however. Now comes back where Tyler Smalley. He'll send a long one down. There it is, loose, and it goes out of the reach of Ortiz, unfortunately. Had he been able... Hang it up. Tyler Smalley brings one down. Now comes back to center where Bradstreet has it for Washburn. He sends it over there to Hallauer. Soto Sends it back. Soto had the game winner on Tuesday. And if you're just joining us, there's a shot and a score. Boy, I saw that coming too. 3-0 now. Bradstreet scores the third goal for Washburn Rural, and for a team that has had a hard time scoring anyway, as we have the last 5 games, we have had a hard time putting the ball in the net. To be down 3 goals on the road to the number 2 team in the state, this is not looking good. Less than 4 minutes gone here in the second half. Grizzlies gave up the first goal of the half, which we really could not afford to do. It's 3-0, and they're just going to have to dig deep here. Grizzlies need to dig deep. On the far side, there's Bradstreet with it again. This one's rejected, rolls out of play. It will stay with Washburn Rural. In the air it comes. Soto couldn't get to it. Paget for Washburn Rural passes it wide. Grizzlies just clamoring all over it. Now that goes out of play, and they're going to say it stays with the Junior Blues. A quick restart, or short restart is what I wanted to say. There's a shot headed away. Nice play there by Matt Meekin to head it away out of danger. Over the goal line it goes. It will be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take the break. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Today's game sponsored in part by the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, 3636 North Ridge Road.
What went that way? Oh, the glare? So we do have some glare. All right, we're back here, folks, and talking off camera for a moment about where we are and what our picture looks like. We do have some glare on our wall, and we apologize for that. I don't think there's going to be much we can do about it, because I don't think the lights on this side, I think it's all one set of lights, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out next time we have a commercial break. I'll yell down and ask. Got a free kick here coming for Washburn Rural. It'll be taken by Bradstreet, looks like. He's setting up the ball. Well, now he's going to go down, and instead it will be Nolan Paget taking the free kick. Grizzlies set up a wall. In the air it goes off the left foot of Paget. And Grizzlies get it, but not for long. Into the corner. It rolls out of play. It will stay with, they're going to keep it with Washburn. Loose in front, in the air, and Evan Locke. Wow, that was close. He came close to carrying the ball into the net. And he gets out a monster kick, so he's obviously fired up here, is Evan Locke. And they're going to call a foul here on Northwest. It'll be a free kick for Washburn. Right at the center circle. So this will be Paget again. It is. He puts one in the penalty area, loose in front. And it goes over the goal line. It will be a corner kick for Washburn. I can't tell who's going over to take it, though. It'll be Devin Rutschman taking the corner kick. In the air it goes in front of the goal. There's a header and it goes wide. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take another timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you by Emerson Biggins in Old Town at 808 East Douglas, our luncheon sponsor at this year's golf tournament. Thank you, Luis Lopez.
Back at McElroy Field, Evan Locke blasts one out to center. And it's immediately headed back to Brad Street. He's stripped of the ball by Benning, and they're going to call Benning for a foul. And it'll be yet another free kick for Washburn Rural, and sooner or later they're going to do something with this like that. That was you couldn't get much closer to a goal than that. There's another foul. Now they're calling a penalty kick. That they're probably going to change this. The center referee has called for a penalty kick. That foul was well outside the penalty area. And the Grizzlies are talking to the referees that Captain Tyler Smalley is pleading his case, and he's got a case to plead here because that foul was not in the penalty area. So they're discussing, with the clock stopped at 30:28 remaining, they're discussing where the ball should be placed and what kind of a free kick should be awarded here, and we'll see if the center referee changes his mind. And I don't think he's going to because Tyler Smalley is carrying the ball back to the... Well, let's see what he's doing. He was headed for the penalty spot with it. They're still talking it over. This could be a huge play. A penalty kick goal here would pretty much ice it. Now we'll see what they say. And it will be a penalty kick. So as much as I've appreciated the efforts of the referee crew, they missed that one. Bradstreet will take it. Off the crossbar, and justice is served. That's all I can tell you. Or did they count it? Off the crossbar, it must have bounded over the line on its way down. And it is a penalty kick goal. And Bradstreet took that one, so he has two, and that's too bad. Going to check with my rules expert here. He was outside the box, wasn't he?
Oh, I haven't checked. Oh, the foul?
The foul.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So it's 4-0. And unless something changes here in a real hurry, Washburn just might have this one iced up. Grizzlies have not had a serious shot on goal in the game. Grizzlies back with it. Sauter trips over the ball, and Smalley sends it back out to center, and that'll be a push, and that will be a foul, and will it be a card is the question. Because there was no attempt to play the ball there. It will just be a common foul. But it will result in a free kick for Washburn. Things just not going right here tonight for Northwest. There's one that's in the arms of Ulrich. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution. Out to center it goes. Urbano sends one forward. Soto pops one in the air. Now Benning heads it forward. And Urbano again on the near side has two people. That's Ortiz, has two people draped on him. One of them knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest, and Benning will take it. And he will leave it off to Braden Sauter, who comes up from his defensive spot to provide an additional offensive player for this possible offensive attack. There's a pass into the penalty area. Ball's loose. Who's going to come get it? Sauter comes all the way back to get it. Gives it to Matt Meekin. Matt Meekin sends it forward. It's intercepted. And now there's a long one that's going to go all the way back to the penalty area of Northwest, and it's headed out of play by Matt Meekin, and that's about all he could do. 28 to go, second half. Grizzlies down by 4. And Washburn Rural makes a line change here. I'm not going to read off all the names. Suffice it to say, they got a bunch of different players in there. Here's a throw into the penalty area, headed around loose. Who's going to get it? Looks like Urbano is back there, and he'll send it forward. It's going to go out of play, though, and it will be a throw in for Washburn Rural. That one goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick there for Northwest. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Dentist Dr. Thomas Foley, 3213 Northridge Road, is a longtime proud supporter of Grizzly Soccer. Thank you, Dr. Foley.
Back at McElroy Field, awaiting the goal kick from Block. Low liner to the far side. Is it going to stay in? No, it goes into the Grizzly bench. But it will belong to Northwest. Last touched by Washburn. A break for the Grizzlies. Quick throw in, give and go. And that one is chipped backward. Still in. Now into the Washburn bench. This one thrown in deep towards Soto, but out of his reach. And the Blues get it and send it back forward. And here they come, 2-on-3. And a nice takeaway that time. On the far side by Solis. Benning fighting forward on the near side. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Blues. And they will sub a player in as Bradstreet's going to go out. Wilson Miller comes in for the first time for the Junior Blues with 25 minutes remaining in the second half. Washburn leads 4-0. And they have the ball. Out of play it goes. We'll do it again, 10 yards closer. Calvin Bell can't get it to a white shirt. And this one's going to head for the corner. Grizzlies are going to let it go, so it'll be a throw in for Northwest. Ortiz sends a long one for Urbano. Urbano can't get to it before it's kicked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Benning quickly going to throw it in. Throws it into Matt Meekin, who gets a head on it, gives it to Ortiz again. Ortiz goes down, and they're claiming, referee calls advantage. Matt Meekin again, across for Soto, can't get to it. And he watches it go out of play. That'll be a throw in for Northwest. There's a long one that was intended for Benning. Grizzlies with it for the moment. Goes out of play. It should stay with Northwest. It does. There's a Grizzly down. I think he's tying his shoe. Yeah, that's all it was. That was Soto. He was tying his shoe. Grizzlies will have a free kick here. And it is Smalley standing over the ball. In the air it goes in the center. A header. Score! Grizzlies get on the board. Tyler Smalley, a beautiful feed. Now I'm going to ask the question I always ask. Who scored? Huh? Eli? Eli Benning scores for Northwest off a feed from Tyler Smalley. And it's 4-1. Never too late. And my hat goes off to the Grizzlies. They are not giving up. They continue to play hard no matter what the score is. And breaking the ice is the hardest part. They've now done that. Here's the Blues with a shot that goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
The Galdine Law Firm is a longtime supporter of Grizzly Soccer on the internet, located at 4601 East Douglas in Wichita.
Back underway here at Washburn Rural. 21.5 remaining in the second half. Grizzlies down 4-1. Washburn getting tangled up by the defense of Northwest. They've done a good job there on that possession. Matt Meekin will now throw it in. And we'll do it again. Pick up 20 yards on the play. Oh, I'm sorry. They called a foul. I missed that. I thought they had called it out of play. Down there in no man's land where we cannot see. Now they called the foul on Martin Soto. It'll be a free kick for Washburn Rural. They'll take it from just inside the penalty area. That one is kicked out of play. It'll be a corner kick for Washburn. Carlos Gonzalez Huerta just came back in for Northwest. Loose in front, rejected by the defense. There's another loose one in front. This is getting dangerous, folks. I don't like that. It's sent over here to the near side where it goes out of play and will belong to Washburn Rural. Player goes down, play continues. Out to center it comes, Ortiz with it. Ortiz has it tackled away from him. Nice defensive play there by Washburn. And a nice defensive play by the Grizzlies. There's a shot and a save by Evan Locke. And even though he's given up 4, Evan Locke has kept us in the game. Foul called, and Northwest about to get a free kick here. In the air it goes. Loose in front, and an easy save by goalkeeper Ulrich of Washburn Rural. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution and a nice punt out to the center circle, where it's taken there by Elijah Benning. Benning, who has the only Grizzly goal. And a foul's called on Braden Sauter. It'll be a free kick for the Junior Blues. And now they're, I think somebody's getting a card, and if it's Sauter, his season is over. Because he will be, this is his second yellow card. He will be ejected. A red card will follow here. And Braden Sauter's not too happy about it, obviously, but he walks off. So the Grizzlies, now to compound the problem, will have to play a man short for the next 17 minutes, as he cannot be replaced, and I think that's a stupid rule, by the way, to penalize someone in an entire team, an entire half. In any case, Sauter gets 2 yellows, which automatically translates to a red. He's done. And the Grizzlies are playing with 10 players the rest of the night. As if anything else could go wrong for the Grizzlies tonight. That one will go over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Soccer on YouTube is brought to you in part by Gambino's Pizza, 1520 South Webb Road. Check out all their menu options at gambinospizza.com.
A.J. Joint returns. He subs in for Northwest, and also returning to the game, Easton Bradstreet for the Junior Blues. 16:40 to go, second half. Grizzlies down 4-1, playing with 10 players. And here's trouble. And they're going to call a foul, and fortunately, now a yellow card's been given to Tyler Smalley. Time is called, 16:20 to go, and I guess the only thing I can say that's good about that is that it didn't happen inside the penalty area. Smalley will go out for Landon Vestring. Landon will go back there and try and shore up the defense. Then they'll have to move the wall back because the wall is nowhere near 10 yards back. Well, instead of moving the wall back, they move the ball back. Referee goes over and talks to both coaches. Pardon me. Won't be long now that we'll. Here's the shot. And a great save by Evan Locke. That'll be. Oh, no, they say he didn't touch it. And they give him a goal kick. We'll keep it right here this time. Grizzlies are making a substitution, and Tyler Smalley is coming back in. Vestring will go out. And it will be a goal kick for Evan Locke. Clock running, inside 16 to go. Second half, Grizzlies down 4-1, playing with 10 players. In the air it goes, and A.J. Joint got ahead on it, but couldn't control it. Now it's cleared out. But unfortunately for us, the blue shirts got it. A.J. Joint wins it back. Tried to get it to Smalley and is intercepted. Bradstreet, a great pass. There's a shot and a save. Evan Locke just made a great save off a tremendous shot by Devin Rutschman. It'll be a corner kick for the Junior Blues, but that one will make the highlight reel, folks. Corner kick will come from the near side. And Rutschman will take it. In the air it goes. And Evan Locke corrals it. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution. He sends it well past center. But it's intercepted there. And this one's going to be, we're going to get a break. It's going to go out of play and belong to Northwest. Soto will throw it in. This one's going to come all the way back to Ulrich. Big punt by Ulrich. Soto heads it into the Washburn bench. Quick throw in now on the far side. And it goes over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Gecko Painting of Lenexa, Kansas. We thank Danny and Stacy Higgins for their longtime support of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Now. And we're back. The goal kick is in the air and is headed by Rural forward. Here they come, 3-on-4. Bradstreet had the ball momentarily. Some good ball possession and movement there by the Junior Blues. Grizzlies get it back. A.J. Joint tried to get it forward, couldn't do so. And the Junior Blues come away with it on the far side. They bring it up. This one goes all the way back to Ulrich, and he will pick it up. And he'll have a goalkeeper distribution. If you're just joining us, the Grizzlies have played better than the score, in my opinion. One goal on a defensive mistake. And, good job. Evan Lockett's still loose. Now they're going to call a foul, and that's a good call. Protect the goalkeeper. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. This one's indirect. And ball rolls out of play on the far side. It will stay with Northwest. We played a game last year, and for the life of me, I cannot remember where it was. I thought it might have been at Wichita South, but I'm not sure. But it was a game where we played most of the second half with 10 players and still came from behind to win. Now, granted, we're not playing Wichita South tonight. We're playing Washburn Rural, and there is a little bit of a difference between those two teams, especially since Washburn is the number 2 overall seed in 6A. But I guess what I'm saying is it can be done. But we're going to have to do it, and we're going to have to do it pretty quickly here. There's Martin Soto on the far side. And a foul called on the trip. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. And now the referee will move the wall back. In the air it goes. Header! And it goes wide, and that'll be a goal kick for Washburn. Let's take a timeout. Back in 10, this is Grizzly Soccer.
Northwest Soccer alum Dan Garreau and his family are proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer on YouTube.
And the Blues just made a line change. They brought in 6 players. So our goal kick is delayed here slightly. Now it's in the air. And will be played by Solis, I thought, but it couldn't get to it. He's going to throw it in though. And he throws it in down the far side towards Soto. And the Blues come back with it. And a foul is called. It'll be a free kick for Washburn. And been a lot of fouls called in this game, if I do say so. And I do say so. Tyler Smalley chips one away in the air. It's still loose on the carpet. And the Grizzlies will bring it up. There's a long one, but that's not going to get to anybody wearing a white shirt. .8:30 and counting here in the second half remaining in what could be what's remaining in the Grizzlies season. They trail 4-1, and they're playing with 10 men. Benning fighting for the ball on the far side. And he's calling advantage, and they're fair charging each other, and Benning comes away with it. Out to center, and it's taken away there by the Blues, and there's a long shot wide left. It will be a goal kick. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Soccer on the Internet is brought to you by Kansas Fence Company, installers of wood, privacy, chain link, ornamental fencing, and automatic gates. Check them out at kansasfence.com.
Waiting for the goal kick from Evan Locke or Tyler Smalley. It looks like it'll be Smalley. Nope, it'll be Locke. And a pretty good boot past midfield, but it's headed right back into Grizzly territory. And that one goes into the Washburn bench. They'll have a throw in. In the air it goes. Going to stay in or go out? No, it went out into the Washburn bench, and it'll be a throw in for Northwest. The winner of this contest will be the regional champion and take on the other regional champion in 6A West. In all likelihood, Dodge City, and that'll be played at Dodge City High School. The Demons of Dodge City, the number 1 seed, they're undefeated this year. And they have basically blown out everybody they've played. They are really good. They are playing North High tonight, Wichita North. And I'm not going to presume the outcome, but just knowing how good Dodge City is, I would be surprised if they got upset tonight at home. There's a long one that's intercepted. And here come the Blues back now, 5-on-4. On the near side, there's a shot coming, or a centering pass, and it's blocked out by Tyler Smalley. It'll be a corner kick, but a nice defensive play by the senior captain of Northwest. Five minutes to go. Grizzlies down by 3. Corner kick from the near side. In the air it goes through everybody. Way too long, and that one ends up being knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Washburn, but not until they substitute a player. There's certainly an advantage to being the home team in these playoff games, and that's not only true in this sport, but in the other fall sports as well, as Northwest football would be able to attest. They're undefeated at home this year, and they're only 3-3 on the road. Out to center it comes. On the near side, Washburn working for another possible score. Trying to get their 4-goal lead back again. And that one will go over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick. Back in 10, this is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Jenny Wiley and the Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust created as a memorial to the late Robert L. Gould. We thank all the Gould Foundation for their support of Grizzly Soccer.
Back underway here at Washburn Rural. Time running out for the Grizzlies. They only have 3 minutes and change remaining to get 3 goals. Yeah, that is not very likely. I think it might be safe to say this issue has been decided. Grizzlies made some subs here at that last goal kick. Jared Arevelo's in the game. Number 14 for Northwest. Jared, a senior. This will be his last soccer match of his high school career. And good to see him get a chance to get some game time in here in the playoffs in his last year. Very nice young man. There's a shot, and it goes wide left. I thought that was in. I really did. That'll be a goal kick. We'll keep it right here. 2 minutes to go now. Thank you. Grizzlies have it at center. Trying to pick up another one for showing up. Benning with it. Takes a long shot that's blocked by the defense, and it'll go all the way back. Ethan Ulrich. And he will distribute it out to center now with we're always disappointed. The only way the season cannot end on a loss, of course, is if you win the state title. So we're always disappointed on our last game, but this has been a fun group to watch, a fun group to call. They've played some great soccer. We've seen some great plays, and their bottom line is there's some great young men on this team. And we're going to miss, especially the seniors, we're going to miss them next year. And we wish them all the best, whatever they're doing next year. And some of them are going to try and play, and some of them are going to college, some of them going to technical schools. But whatever they're doing, we wish them the best in their future endeavors, and we thank them for their 4 years at Northwest. 30 seconds to go now. Matt Meekin out to center. Taken away by the Junior Blues. There's a shot, and off the crossbar, loose in front, and score. Well, the final nail in the coffin was put in by Hayden Schreiber, number 2. He got a rebound off a shot off the crossbar. And the clock has run to 0. I don't know if that's correct or not. Well, if I was the referee, I'd call it good. And they are going to kick it off. And they've only put 1 second back on the clock. It has run off, and we are final. Final score, Washburn Rural 5, Wichita Northwest 1. We'll be back to wrap this up in 2 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Campaigning this property and it's sold right.
Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
The Washburn Rural Junior Blues have just received the regional championship trophy, and that's what you are seeing on your screen now is the part of the celebration of their achievement here against Wichita Northwest. We congratulate the Junior Blues on their regional championship and wish them the best against Dodge City on Tuesday, and hopefully they'll make it to the state tournament a week and a half from now. For us, we are done for the season, and I want to thank all of our sponsors who have been with us throughout the season. We appreciate it, and they will be back with us in the spring as well. So we will be here with girls soccer in the spring, and girls soccer from the production crew will look a little different as a lot of our production crew is on the girls soccer team. So they will not be up here with us in the spring, but we will get to see them play, and that'll be just as much fun. Want to especially thank again April Isbell, who's been with us all year, done a great job, and Aiden Folds, our executive producer, engineer. He's great on camera and great on the computer as well, and they both did a great job tonight. Also want to thank Gabby Moda and Lola Rada for their help, and of course Susanna Ontiveros for her color commentary throughout the year and her play-by-play of the junior varsity boys game, and I think she has a broadcast career ahead of her, and I hope she considers it and perhaps pursues it. So that wraps it up. We are on the air tomorrow night on the YouTube channel with football from Northwest Stadium against Southeast. We're on the air with the pregame show. Steve Strain and me we're on radio, ESPN Wichita, 92.3 FM, and we're on the internet on YouTube, on the Northwest YouTube channel. So please tune in if you can't come out to the game tomorrow night. We would love to have you joining us. Where was I going? I don't have any idea what I was going to say next. So I'm going to sign it off. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight and throughout the season. We'll look forward to you tomorrow night. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Remind you, our next broadcast, look on the Northwest YouTube channel for the soccer banquet. We're going to try and televise the banquet this year if we can get everything worked out, and we'll have that announcement when it will be on the YouTube channel. So for Aiden Folds and for April Isbell, I'm Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies fall tonight, 5-1 to Washburn Rural. Thanks for joining.